Hey! Welcome back to English Frenzy, the show where we make English feel less like a puzzle and more like a superpower. I'm your host, Pam, and I am so excited about today's episode. Now, raise your hand if this has ever happened to you. Your phone rings. You see it's an official call. A bank, a company, a government office, and suddenly your heart starts racing. You answer, they start talking, and you freeze. You're nodding along, saying, yes, even though you have no idea what they just said. We have all been there. And the good news, it doesn't have to be that way. Today we are breaking down 10 essential phrases for official telephone conversations in English. These are the expressions that will help you stay calm, sound professional, and actually get things done over the phone. Whether you're calling customer service, scheduling an appointment, dealing with a bank, or handling any kind of formal business by telephone. 10 phrases, real examples, practical tips. Let's get into it. Phrase number 1. Could I speak to someone in charge of? When you call an official number, the person who picks up is often not the person you need. And that's completely normal, but you need to know how to ask for the right person, professionally and clearly. Could I speak to someone in charge of billing, please? Or, could I speak to someone in the accounts department? The phrase in charge of is the key here. It tells the person on the line exactly what area or department you need without you having to know the specific person's name. You can also say, could I be transferred to the right department for this? That's a great alternative when you're not sure exactly who handles your issue. It's polite, it's clear, and it gets you to the right place fast. Phrase number 2, I'm calling to follow up on. This is one of the most useful phrases you'll ever use on the phone. When you've already submitted something, an application, a complaint, a request, and you need an update, this is how you open that conversation. I'm calling to follow up on my loan application. I submitted it 2 weeks ago and I'd like to check on the status. Or, I'm calling to follow up on a complaint I made last Thursday. Reference number 472. Notice how that second example includes a reference number. Always have your reference numbers ready before you call. It saves time, sounds professional, and shows you came prepared. Follow up confidently, it's your right. Phrase number 3. I'd like to make a formal complaint about. This one takes courage, but it's incredibly important. If a service has failed you, if you've been treated unfairly, or if something has gone wrong, you have every right to complain. And knowing how to do it formally means you're more likely to be taken seriously and get results. I'd like to make a formal complaint about the service I received at your branch on Monday. Or, I'd like to make a formal complaint about an incorrect charge on my account. The word formal is doing important work in that sentence. It signals that you want this on record. You're not just venting, you're initiating a process. After saying this, they will typically ask for your account details, give you a reference number, and explain the next steps. Stay calm, stay factual, and stay firm. Phrase number 4. Could you please repeat that? I want to make sure I understood correctly. This is perhaps the most underused phrase on this entire list. And honestly, it might be the most powerful. So many people are too embarrassed to ask someone to repeat themselves on the phone. They just say yes and hope for the best. Don't do that, especially in official conversations where the details matter. Could you please repeat that? I want to make sure I understood correctly. It's polite, it's professional, and it shows you care about getting things right. You can also say, I'm sorry, could you say that again a little more slowly? Or, could you spell that out for me, please? Nobody on the other end of an official phone call is going to judge you for asking for clarity. In fact, it makes the conversation smoother for everyone. Phrase number 5. I'd like to confirm the details of my appointment. Whether you've booked a medical appointment, a government office visit, or a meeting with a financial advisor, calling to confirm is always a good idea. And this phrase makes it easy. Hello, I'd like to confirm the details of my appointment scheduled for this Friday at 2 p.m. Then you wait, they pull up your record, and they confirm or correct any details. This phrase also works when you want to reschedule. I'd like to confirm my appointment, and actually, I may need to change the time. Is there any flexibility? Polite, direct, professional. Confirming appointments also shows reliability. It leaves a good impression before you've even walked through the door. Phrase number 6. Could I have your name and a reference number for this call? This is your accountability phrase. Whenever you've had an important conversation over the phone, especially about something official, always ask for a record of it. Before we finish, could I have your name and a reference number for this call? Why? Because if anything goes wrong later, if the information changes, if someone says the conversation never happened, you have proof. You have a name, you have a number. Some people feel awkward asking this. Don't. It is completely standard. It shows you are organized and serious. And most official phone lines have this built into their process anyway. Just ask. Phrase number 7. I'm not able to hear you very clearly. Could we try again? Connection issues, background noise, accents you're not used to. Phone calls can be genuinely difficult to follow. And in an official conversation, mishearing a date, an amount, or an instruction can cause real problems. I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you very clearly. Could we try again? Or, there seems to be some interference on the line. Could you repeat that last part? This is not rude. This is responsible. The other person wants you to understand them correctly just as much as you do. Don't guess. Don't nod along. Ask for clarity every single time you need it. We are almost there. 3 more phrases, and these ones are all about wrapping up the call professionally. Because how you end a conversation matters just as much as how you begin it. Phrase number 8. Could you send me a written confirmation of that? You've just been told important information over the phone. A decision, a date, an amount, a policy change. Before you hang up, ask for it in writing. Could you send me a written confirmation of that by email, please? Or, is it possible to get that in writing? I'd like to have a record for my files. This is especially important for financial conversations, legal matters, or anything involving deadlines. Verbal agreements over the phone can be forgotten, misremembered, or disputed. Written confirmation protects you. Always ask. Phrase number 9. I'd like to escalate this to a supervisor, please. Sometimes the person you're speaking to simply cannot help you. Maybe they don't have the authority. Maybe you've already tried their solution, and it didn't work. Whatever the reason, this phrase is your next step. I appreciate your help, but I'd like to escalate this to a supervisor, please. Notice the phrase, I appreciate your help, at the beginning. That's intentional. You're not attacking the person, you're simply requesting a higher level of service. It keeps the tone respectful while being completely firm. You are always allowed to ask for a supervisor. It is not confrontational. It is professional. And sometimes it's the only way to actually get your issue resolved. Phrase number 10. Thank you for your help. To summarize what we agreed. This is your closing phrase, and it is absolutely brilliant for official calls. Before you hang up, you summarize everything that was discussed and agreed upon, out loud, while the other person can still confirm or correct you. Thank you for your help. To summarize what we agreed, you will process my refund within 5 to 7 business days, and I'll receive a confirmation email by end of today. Is that correct? This does 3 things. It confirms you understood everything correctly, it holds the other person accountable, and it gives you a clean, clear record of the conversation in your own words. Close every important phone call this way. It is a habit that will save you from a lot of confusion and frustration down the line. And that is a wrap on our 10 phrases. Let's do a quick recap, because you know how we do it on English Frenzy. Repetition is how we make things stick. Today we covered 10 phrases for official telephone conversations. Could I speak to someone in charge of? How to ask for the right person or department. I'm calling to follow up on your go-to opener for checking on applications, complaints, and requests. I'd like to make a formal complaint about how to raise an issue professionally and on the record. Could you please repeat that? I want to make sure I understood correctly, the phrase that saves you from costly misunderstandings. I'd like to confirm the details of my appointment. Polite, professional, and always a good idea. Could I have your name and a reference number for this call? Your accountability phrase. I'm not able to hear you very clearly. Could we try again? Never guess. Always ask for clarity. Could you send me a written confirmation of that? Protect yourself. Get it in writing. I'd like to escalate this to a supervisor, please. Firm, respectful, and completely within your rights. Thank you for your help. To summarize what we agreed, close every important call with this, every single time. 10 phrases. Print them out, save them on your phone, practice them before your next official call. Because the more prepared you are, the more confident you will sound, and the better results you will get. That's all for today's episode of English Frenzy. I hope you feel more ready to pick up the phone and handle any official conversation that comes your way. In English, with confidence. If this episode helped you, please share it with someone who needs it. Please remember to subscribe to our channel if you want to keep getting videos like these. And if you have a topic you'd like us to cover next, job interviews, business meetings, emails, presentations, send me a message. I love hearing from you. Until next time, keep practicing, keep showing up, and remember, every expert was once a beginner. You've got this. I'm Pam, this is English Frenzy. See you next episode.